Hello everybody. Making a quick post for airsoft again because it's been a while. I've been working on graduating. So I got a question concerning tweaking your gun. See what you can do to improve your performance. It was from Watcha Lunat, so that he was the inspiration for this video. Uh, so one of the most important thing with tweaking your gun is to test. To test and just keep on testing, because it really helps you understand what's going on inside there, and that's critical to getting good performance. Try different BBs, and I've used all sorts of them. These are just ones that I had immediately on stock. We have the BioVal 2.7s, just picked up some BioVal .3s. These are some Mad Bulls, .36s. Let's see what else we got. Try different brands. I've done KSC. I can't even tell you how many different types of BBs I've tried. SGMs, those are great BBs to work with, .29s. Yeah. So try different BBs. You want to swap your barrel out if you have different ones. Even if you bought an upgrade barrel, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to improve your performance. I've seen like 6.01, I'm not going to say what brand barrels, have worse performance than a stock barrel before. So so you want to try different things, and every gun's different. Manufacturers machine things different ways, and the tolerances will come out differently. So you might have a lemon that functions well when it's in the right setup. So just keep on trying different things. Swapping your bucking in the barrel would be pretty important. Reconfiguring your hopup. You can try SCS, you can try a flat bar, you can try the standard V-cut. There's all sorts of stuff that you can go for the hopup. The shimming, that's another thing you could try. Yeah, and then clean your cylinders. So these are all the things that you can try to see what will affect the performance of your gun. So now when you're out and testing, what you want to do, there's a few things that you can do just to ensure the consistency of your testing, and maybe even the consistency of your shots. So one of the primary things to do is to clean your barrel every 10 to 15 shots. And when you do groupings, because you want to compare different setups fairly, to do that you want to clean your barrel, because there can be buildup in the barrel and the hop up in the as shots progress. And naturally, usually there's not much you can do about it building up on the hop up, unless you completely take it apart down to the hop up, which you can do. But I tend to just do cleaning the barrel every 10 to 15 shots when I do groupings. I'm going to go in great detail about cleaning your barrel at the end of this video. So another thing you can do is wash your BBs. Certain BBs you can't do that with. I'm not sure if you can do it with BioVals, because if they're biodegradable, it might accelerate the degradation process and affect the performance of the BBs. So make sure to do it with the plastic types. That works great with SGMs. It gets any oil film off of it, and that means that your bucking will stay dry and consistent, because oil can wear off over time. That's why people say they're breaking in their bucking. Yeah, a lot of AEGers do that, and they spray silicone oil in the bucking. No bueno, don't do that. Let's see. Oh, here's a big one. Don't smash BBs when you load them into your magazine. If you do it by hand, you're pushing in. If you're pushing with your fingernail, you're going to depress the BB in with quite a degree of force and scratch it. Now, certain brands are more susceptible to this. I would imagine that these soft new BioVals probably would get damaged in that manner. Same thing can happen with a speed loader, and people don't realize this. When they're smashing with tons of force to load up their magazine, they're putting a ton of pressure on the top of the BB, and that might flatten it. And if you have a flat spot on your BB and it's spinning at 100,000 RPM, something weird's going to happen. You'll get a flyer, and then you'll blame your gun, and when in reality it's just because you were just manhandling your BBs. Another thing. So that's about smashing BBs. Oh yeah, don't overload your magazines. Overloading magazines can prove to do the same thing. If you load it up to like 25 rounds, which I think is what they're rated for, maybe it's 30, I don't know, you're putting tons of pressure on them as well. That also can generate flat spots on your BBs. And that's why I always use only 10 rounds, no more than that, because I don't want a lot of back pressure on the BBs. And that's pretty realistic to the way other rifles are, whether 5 rounds, 10 rounds, that sort of thing. Let's see, covered washing BBs, shoot supported. Whenever you're doing groupings, shoot supported. I mean, you might be a good shot, but if you really want to do a fair comparison between different, setups on your gun or different BBs, shoot with the support. You can either do a bipod, or you can just do sandbag or sand sock, or just find something that's convenient around the local terrain. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just makes a big difference with consistency. It just takes one more variable out of the play, which is pretty important. Record your groupings. You can either use a video camera. That's a good way to see what's going on later, really analyze the difference between the setups. Reactive targets work well as well. You can have something metallic so it makes a sound, or you can use paper plates, which is what I've done in the past as well. Both work pretty well to compare. Okay, that's it for talking about things you can do whenever you do testing. Let's move on to cleaning your barrel. So when you're cleaning your barrel, at least when I do it, I use isopropyl alcohol. This is to just get any oil or residue in the barrel out, just kind of loosen it up, I guess. I put that on a swab. I'm sure you guys are familiar with how to do this part. Put it on a swab and just clean it. Go put it in the front of the barrel. I twist it up like that and clean the barrel. Insert it at the front and just go all the way in. Now, this is really important. You don't want to touch your bucking when you do this. You get it to your bucking, you can cause all sorts of troubles. The idea is to clean the barrel but not touch the bucking. And one way to do that, and I don't have it on this cleaning rod, but I think the tape fell off. What you do is you measure roughly, especially when the barrel's out, it's best to do it then. Measure how far you have to insert the cleaning rod in order to get to the bucking, get to the hop-up unit, and just in front of it. Maybe give yourself 1 inch of leeway. So then at that point I realized, okay, well, this is exactly how deep I can insert the cleaning rod and then put a piece of tape on it. This shows you every time you insert it, this is how far I can insert the cleaning rod into the barrel before getting to the bucking. So that way you'll know that you're not touching the bucking, but you can clean a majority of the barrel. So do one or two wet swabs, go through, bring it out, replace the swab and go to another one. You usually want to use lint-free ones. This is automotive cloth that I use. I'm a fan of that stuff. It's pretty low cost. It's good quality stuff. Doesn't tear easily. So you do that until it comes out dry, and then this is the point of contention a lot of people have, but I found good consistency using silicone oil on the last swipe and then one dry swipe after that, just to leave a real thin film of silicone oil in the barrel. What this does is it reduces friction in the barrel, but make sure don't touch the bucking. And so when the BB's spinning inside the barrel, it'll ricochet off the barrel. It just happens. There's nothing you can do about it, directly anyways. Using silicone oil will reduce that friction, means that it won't mess the spin up of the BB quite so much, and it should help with the groupings. Now, people don't like using silicone oil in the barrel because it can accumulate dust and dirt, which is true. But if you do it on the day of your testing or your game day, it's not going to hurt you too bad. If anything, it'll help your groupings. You can clean with just a quick swipe between games anyways. Let's see, so that's it for cleaning. There was some, I just want to mention real quickly, you can polish your barrel. I've read some stuff about it, but I haven't seen any evidence as to whether it helps or hurts. People use is brasso or toothpaste. This is abrasive, very fine. I'm going to let you just kind of think about that. I haven't tested myself. And that does it. I guess one other thing you could do to improve consistency is port your cylinder head. Porting your cylinder head will improve airflow. It'll also make it really loud. So, well, not really loud, but it'll make your gun louder. If you've already cut off the air brake, it doesn't really matter. Porting your cylinder head will nullify the purpose of an air brake. So, hopefully you got some useful information out of the video today, some ideas. Good luck and happy sniping.